Welcome back to Very Good Entertainment, everybody. This is our British entertainment episode. I'm Sorcerer Zero, and I'm here with my lovely friend Lola. Hi, Lola. How you doing?
I am great, and if I seem distracted, it's because I'm trying to get this stupid window over to the left side, and it keeps maximizing. And I'm like, no, I want it half size, not maximize. I'm getting a little annoyed.
Computer misbehavior.
I know, because I want to have our duck over here and this over here. I should have brought my laptop in here. It's charged. I just forgot. Oh well.
Oh.
It's okay. I'll feel better once I have the new beer I got.
I went. I didn't go overboard.
Good for
but
you.
I did treat myself.
Good for you. Treat yourself.
So in August of 2017, I think it was August of 2017. I know it was 2017. We had this one.
Uh-huh.
Skull Splitter.
Nice. Okay.
From the Orkney Islands, from Orkney Brewery.
All right. Is that in Oregon?
No. It's an English beer. It's Orkney.
Oh.
In the UK. Oh yeah. I went to get English beers this time.
Nice. All right.
And I went so far as to actually make the recommended food of a smoked fish stew. So I went and I made smoked salmon stew. I smoked the salmon on the grill last night.
Okay.
And then I made potatoes and carrots in the pressure cooker. And then I put some boiled kale over that. And then I put the fish on top of that and then poured the nice bouillon over that. And oh man, it was so good after a 9-mile walk. I feel so good right now.
I bet you're exhausted too.
Oh, absolutely. It's a little bit of a fight to stay awake because I had trouble sleeping last night, and then it's like I was all wound up for the walk today. I was God, 9 miles. Woo-hoo. Yeah, let's go, let's do it. And then we get home from 9 miles, and I'm like, I love to go to bed. I love to go to. I got a podcast, and I got to drink beer. Okay, I got to drink beer. I'm awake now.
That's what got me out of bed. I was laying down too. I didn't go for a 9-mile walk. I went more for a mile walk, but
yeah,
I was pulled by a dog. So yeah, by the time I got in, my clothes were stuck to me because I was sweating so much, and all I wanted to do was
Florida. Yeah,
Florida, and it was freaking hot as can be. So yeah, I went and laid down for the last, I would say, hour and a half, and the only thing that got me out of bed was our show and beer.
So what new beer did you get?
I went to Intuition Brewery last night. I haven't been in years, and they have a new location now in downtown, so it was really neat. And the wait staff are all certified Cicerones, so that was nice.
Oh, that's awesome!
That's awesome. Weird. It was weird talking to someone who knew what they were talking about.
Isn't it nice though?
It was nice. I was a little overwhelmed because I was like, she was telling me they had specialty beers, and she was telling me about the specialty beers, and it was like, this is aged in bourbon barrels for 2 years. This is aged in wine barrels, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, my mind was just going, I can't choose. So we'll have to wait for me to show you what I chose from the cooler with the specialty beer. Because I also went in with my growler. And it was so funny because we didn't stay. Clint wanted to go home. So I just asked for tasters to figure out what I wanted. And I started to feel self-conscious because I couldn't figure out what I wanted. And I started to think maybe she was thinking I was just trying to get free beer. And so I was getting self-conscious, but I couldn't figure out what I wanted. And then after so many tasters, everything's just mixed up in there, and I don't remember what was what. So I ended up going with the first beer that I tasted, which I remember liking. I hope I liked it enough to sustain a whole growler. Because, with alcohol-y beers, I drink a little bit and I'm fine, but then sometimes I drink more and I'm like, oh, this is too much. I can't drink it.
Yeah, that frequently happens, like, especially if the beer is super rich. Like, like the Mountain Coffee Stout down here from Sky High is great. Like, the first 5 ounces.
Yeah.
After that, you're like, okay, I need something that's not, like, from a barrel.
Right. It's like, I need
Quick,
something.
somebody give me a wit.
Exactly. I need something to wash my mouth out, something that's not going to cake in my mouth for the next 2 days. And so I worry this might be that. And of course it's not a bad thing. It's most of the time it's a good thing. But when you have a whole growler, it can be rough, and my taste buds have changed because I used to be able to handle heavy beer like that, but the last year or so I haven't been able to. So we're gonna see how it does. It has a full name, but I can't remember the full name, but Shotgun is what she put on here.
Shotgun, 5.2%. 2%. And for our listeners, if you're listening to this and you're wondering, how you can actually find out what the beer that we're drinking is, go to the show notes. The link is listed down below the video. No problem. And you can look at the show notes to your heart's content. It will contain, when we have links, it'll also contain links to the beer.
It's so cold.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? It feels so nice right out of the fridge.
I know. It's like, oh, I've been so hot, and I'm like, I just want to do this. Oh, okay.
Where has your coolness been all my life?
I know. I'm like, I want you with me all the time, even though they won't like that at work, but I still want. It had the, what do you call it when the condensation comes up?
Yeah.
Oh, it smells good. Very malty. Now I can't remember the style because I tasted 4 different ones and I was just I was just a little overwhelmed. So we'll have to look up the style. But here I go. I'm pouring it. It's a very nice. It comes out a little golden brown, almost like molasses, but then it's darker as it hits the glass. Not much of a head, but with a heavy beer, we understand that. But it's very consistent in its dark brownness. Got a little bit of bubbles, just a little bit, enough to know that there's some whatchamahoochit. Look
Carbonation.
At that. Carbonation. Thank you. I couldn't think.
I knew there was a word for it.
I know, but look at all the carbonation. It's actually a lot of carbonation, a lot of little bubbles.
It's so fluffy. I'm gonna die.
That's good actually, because when I worry about beers being too heavy, if there's a lot of little bubbles, a lot of times that means it won't be too heavy for me. It'll be kind of light and fluffy, and it's got a nice, almost inch head there. Nice malty smell. Taste it. It's good. It's got all that carbonation. So it's not too dense. It's not too thick on my tongue. It's not gonna get in the way of me tasting anything for the next 2 days. It tastes almost like a porter. That's really what it tastes like. It tastes like a porter.
Like a lot of malt in there. A lot of dark.
Oh, maybe some rye. Kind of a rye taste. Yeah. Well, I don't even know the style. Can we look at the style?
I'm looking on the Intuition Ale Works right now to try to find Shotgun.
Yeah, it's on there because I saw it earlier.
Easy, Daybreak, Shrimp Back, Civic. They have a lot of beers available. Shotgun Shack.
Yep.
It's a black ale brewed with rye. You're good.
I got it because it has that, kind of punchiness in it, a little bit of punchiness. Oh, I like it. Okay, yeah, black ale. That makes sense that I would like that because I've always liked black ales. Okay, let me find it.
It's black.
Yep. Blue with rye for an extra bite. And they're right, it is an extra bite. It does have bite.
And I shall. Boom, boom. Link, linky, link. Link,
Thank
link,
you.
link. Cha-ching for our lovely listeners. Because we love you.
Yeah. And see, I tasted the brown ale, and it, no offense, Intuition, it was good, but it was just a little dull for what I wanted. If I'm gonna get a growler, I want it to have bite. And the brown ale had no bite, but that brown ale is supposed to be brown ale. It's not supposed to be so much adventurous. So I knew I wanted something with a little kick. And this is the one thing that had a kick. I tasted their Kolsch too, But by then, after drinking this and the brown ale, the Kolsch just kind of mixed in a weird way, and I was
Yeah, I
like,
know it's.
and I couldn't really judge it fairly because I still had the taste of everything else, and I was like, no, I'm done.
Well, I got to be careful because
Ooh.
half of this got to go to the
You're
producer.
right.
Got to feed your
You're right.
producers.
Yeah.
Feed your producers.
You're right.
So let's see.
Ooh.
There we go. A very light caramel brown with a thin
Nice.
head that leaves a bit of lacing on the glass.
Oh, I forgot to look at lacing. This has lacing.
Oh, I can't read this bottle. Silly Linda. I'll just open okay. A rich, fruity, wine-like complexity on the palate includes fresh and dried fruits, warm exotic spices, and light summer citrus fruits. Sophisticated, satiny smooth with a deceptively light character. Hops, East Kent Goldings.
Nice.
At 8.5%.
Whoa. You better share that with the producer, or else you'll be loopy.
This is just as good as I remember it.
Nice.
And what is really nice is like the hops, like you can taste them on your tongue, but then the bitterness kind of like it washes over your tongue and then fades.
Oh, is that
so you get the lovely hearty malty taste sticking around?
Okay.
With just enough of the hops to back it up, and the hops don't stick around to like pound your tongue out of your mouth.
That's good. See, I can handle a little bit of a quick just jump in and jump out of the hops, but I don't want to be feeling it all in my mouth.
And shout out to Evelyn Squire from Corvallis Brewing Supply. She says, and I quote, "I loved Skull Splitter so much, I brewed it myself." She got it out of the Clone Brews book. So it is available if you like ales like these. They're really nice, rich, thick. They smell caramel. Like there's lots of caramel coming at you. It's almost dessert.
Ooh, that could be good. Yeah. That can be very good.
If you like that rich English ale experience, then it is definitely out there, definitely worth your time to go find it and brew it yourself.
Nice. And now tell me again the name of it.
Skull Splitter.
Skull Splitter.
Probably because it's so rich and it's 8.5%.
Yeah. The next morning you'll feel like someone split your skull.
If you have more than one of these.
Oh yeah, definitely. You might want to.
Although even now I've lost quite a bit of weight in the past couple of weeks.
Right, yeah.
So the beers I do drink have been having a real effect on me.
Oh yeah, you don't have much weight to hold it in.
And we haven't been eating the same amount of food, so we don't have the same alcohol retention. So I have like very little tolerance.
I bet. Oh my goodness. Well, at least you're home. You're safe. You can't get in any trouble. Hopefully.
As long as I don't kind of go wacko and say things I shouldn't. So I'll be good.
Well, we can always remove it, or we can edit out beep, 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 and stuff if we need to. Beep. Do some kind of noise over it or something. Well, I put the lid on mine because as good as it is, I don't want to drink the whole thing, but I've got other beers in there, more lightweight beer.
I'm trying to read this. Aha, Easy Averay. Easy Averay, thank you so much.
Thank you. He said he donated.
Donated $7.
Very
That
nice.
is absolutely fantastic.
And you know what?
Really appreciate it.
I mean, we might be a little out of order, but if we want, we can take a moment to tell him how else he can support us. Have us out of order, but while he's here, if he wants to
yeah, we do have weekly Humble Bundles. If you enjoy Humble Bundles, our weekly Humble Bundle is Microcosm Publishing. Keeping books weird. There, I took a look at this at this list, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like weird to me, but it seems very random.
A lot of different stuff.
Yeah, there's books on coping skills and recycling, and
it's all over the place.
Yeah. Okay, I actually really like this book, although it has a terrible name. How Not to Kill Yourself.
Oh, I know that's kind of rough.
But I like it. It was a good book.
Do you think it would help someone in that position?
It's a very realistic view of when you get overwhelmed. It's, it really kind of grounds you back in reality. It was wonderful for me, even though I was not having suicidal thoughts. But, like the world crashes in on you.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes you need to, I need a roadmap.
I'll tell you what, will you go ahead and keep talking? There's someone at the door. I think it's food. Oh, he's got it. Okay, never mind. I'm good. All right, keep going.
Let's see, A Guide to Picking Locks.
That's different. I don't think that really needs to be in there. That's not like a life skill that we should be encouraging. I don't think.
Well, I mean, locksmiths do it all the time.
Legally, I'm sure they have licenses.
And then we do have one of my favorites, Brew It Yourself.
Yes, I love that.
Home brewing book.
Perfect. We love that.
I think Faces in the Dark is actually a fictional book.
Okay.
There's a book there is sci-fi in here too.
Awesome. I love
It's not just, there are some anxiety books, creativity books for like handicrafts, and then some odd stuff like Juggalo. I hope I said that right. Juggalo Country. I have no idea what that book is, but it looks interesting. Oh, it's Inside the World of Insane Clown Posse. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay. They are out there. That band is way out there. I just put in the chat that if he wants to look below the video on our Twitch, it has a lot of ways that people can support us if they want. Our books, our wish list.
And we totally appreciate that $7. That $7 next month will definitely help us keep up our website and necessary costs.
Yeah, because it costs money to do this, and we typically don't make money,
especially with SoundCloud. So recognition is nice, and we super appreciate the financial support.
Do appreciate it. And also I'll take a moment to say that we normally do this show on Saturday nights, but I had bought tickets for a baseball game and I failed to realize it was at night and not during the daytime. So Linda and the producer Che were gracious enough to postpone the show until tonight so that I could go to the baseball game last night.
You're welcome.
Yay! And it was fun. I was so excited because I understood some of the rules. And I could be like, okay, that wasn't good for us. And Clint would be like, right. And I'd be like, oh, that was good. Okay. So I was
we are looking into the on-screen notifications.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, because we use a different operating system, not all the add-ons for Twitch will work for us.
Okay. That makes
So
sense.
we have to try to keep watching the chat.
Yeah, it's okay. Maybe one day they'll get that for Linux.
Well, we do have some news. We can pick and choose a few of the news articles today.
Yeah.
But probably the biggest one is my happy day. AB InBev has decided not to buy Portland's Craft Brew Alliance.
Thank goodness, because that would have been awful.
Shoo. Go on. No, it's not worth your
Nothing to
time.
move here. Keep on going.
Craft Brew Alliance has helped create quite a number of fine craft beers. And although Oregon's craft beer is fluctuating quite a bit, we still appreciate the Alliance for all the support that they give the craft breweries.
Well, I've had Kona Longboard Lager. Okay, that's the picture they have in the article. Kona Longboard Lager. Okay, I didn't realize they were from Oregon.
Well, they do. I believe Kona brews in several parts on the mainland.
Oh, okay. Because it's just like a Hawaiian word.
It's just they are in Hawaii.
Hawaiian. Okay.
But it's too expensive to brew everything in Hawaii and ship it over here. So yeah, they do brew on the mainland, and I'm not fussy about it.
Yeah, it's still their company, and they do what they got to do.
Their coffee brown is still lovely, very lovely, almost as good as Alaska's.
Not quite.
I happily buy it when I see it.
That's good. Yeah, I know I like the Alaska brews. I don't see those that much here.
So Craft Brew Alliance has not specified what options it may consider in a purchase, but it said it will hold a conference call September 5th to discuss the Alliance's plans for the future.
Okay. Well, I hope they're able to do well without this. I hope they can, remain independent.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Because, there's apparently problems in the craft brew industry, at least according to all these articles we keep seeing.
Yep. Well, it's difficult because there is so much competition, and the competition shifts so rapidly.
Yes. Well, and taste changed so much. I think we were talking about that recently, or it might have been with one of our other shows. But one month it's juicy IPAs. It's the hot thing. The next thing it's what do they call the sediment filled one from
the hazies. Yeah.
The next month it's something else. Then it's ciders, and it's like a ping pong. And it's hard for breweries to keep up because it would take a long time to perfect a style of beer and get it in production. Mm-hmm. And by the time they've done that, the fads moved on to something else. So, it's really, really difficult to keep up with people's fickle taste.
That is true. Mm-hmm. Right now, it seems to be all about seltzer.
Which one?
Seltzer, hard seltzers.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking about that. You like the Claw. And, they're, I like those okay. I'm guilty of doing what is it? The strawberries. I'm guilty of doing those.
Oh, well, I actually, I do enjoy the Lime-A-Ritas, but still the seltzers are a lovely low-cal way to go. So, although it doesn't have quite as much fruity flavor as I thoroughly enjoy.
Yeah, but that's where you don't have the calories. The more fruity flavor would probably equal more calories, I would think.
Cybernaut, I agree. Kona is a class operation. They are the big guys on the island, and they help out all the other locals. Yeah, they absolutely do. They are a very giving company.
Hi, Cy. Hi. Sai.
It's nice to know that Cybernaut is out there watching.
Thank you, Sai. I appreciate it. It's awesome. He's our good friend, Sai. And well, so while we're on this subject, if you'd like, I can kind of look through the article that says, is craft beer approaching a bubble?
Sure.
We see this article is actually from a year ago, by the way. But we see articles like this quite a bit. Every quarter, someone says craft beer is going to hit a bust, or, it's going to recede. And I mean, so far, I think the biggest problem is that a lot of breweries do close because it's hard to get sort of a following, and it's hard to get distribution. And once it all shakes out, you have a few big guys like Intuition who stick around, but a lot of the smaller guys, unfortunately, can't hang on quite as well. But I mean, we're still drinking craft beer. And let's see, this article says there are potential signs of trouble, growth has slowed. And that kind of goes with me saying, a lot of the little guys have to shut down while, the people who manage to get a toehold, they're able to stick around. So it's just that there aren't as many breweries as they used to be. I think at the height, there were probably like thousands of breweries in the US. I mean, every week new breweries were coming on, and unfortunately that did hit a wall. I mean, everything that goes up must come down, and unfortunately a lot of them did come down. But I mean, we still have quality breweries out there, and that's what this says: more competition. Every town now seemingly has their own brewery or several. America set a new record in 2016 when the number of breweries surpassed 5,000. And the chief economist of Brewers Association, Bart Watson, at this point predicted 7,000 operating breweries by the end of 2018. Now, this was a year ago. And active brewery permits within the TTB now total 9,000. And that's indicative of the number of operating producers 2 years out. So they're asking the question, can consumers support this? This says, one problem is that the brewery increase comes as more consumers drink across categories. That's what I said, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said. I mean, you have people who want IPAs, people want brown ales, seltzers. I'm guilty of doing Cayman Jack, which is a malt beverage. So it's like we're always flitting to the newest fad. We can't find what we like and stick with it. So,
well, I mean, there are those of us who have like what we call an everyday beer.
Yeah, I have plenty of those.
Yeah, I mean, I'd pretty much right now consider Blue Moon Belgian to be my everyday beer. I get one of those and a seltzer, and that's pretty much my everyday beer.
But with that, I will say Blue Moon is not craft beer.
No, it's not.
That kind of goes to saying, can we support craft beer as an everyday beer? And maybe not. Maybe we can't afford
if it's affordable.
So
I mean, there's a big consideration too. If you have someplace like our local co-op where you can split the pack, it's okay because like a bottle might be $1.42. If you cannot split the pack and you're looking at what, $9 to $13 or even $14 for a 6-pack, people are gonna go, I can't do that every day.
I've been doing that. I've been in the store going, I'm just gonna get Cayman Jack again. And Cayman Jack's not cheap either.
Yeah.
But it's less expensive than the high end stuff that I would get at, the specialty markets.
Yeah, I mean, Skull Splitter was pretty good, but it was $3.50 for the bottle for an English ale from England. That's not bad, but
that's not an everyday beer.
It's not an everyday beer, but still are everyday beers. If you're purchasing at like Safeway, you're going to have to purchase the 6-pack. If you don't have a store around you where you can split the 6-pack, you're either stuck paying that price or looking at something else. or going to 7-Eleven or Circle K, then like me, you might not be getting the craft beer anymore.
And if you're able to go to a specialty store, like say Total Wine, they do have some good craft beer that can be like, say, $1.75 for a beer, and if you times that times 6, that's not cheap, but it's not horrible pricing.
Yeah,
so you can get good craft beer for the lower end price, but that's if you're able to go to Total Wine. And for
that's
me,
true.
I don't have a car, and so I basically have to cry and promise all kinds of things to get a ride out to Total Wine. So I don't get there very often. So I'm generally stuck with what's at the grocery store or what's at a higher end place, which I love my specialty stores, but everything starts at the higher price.
Yes.
So I usually end up just having to go to Publix and get what they have, and I don't like a lot of the stuff that's at grocery stores. That's part of the reason why I always end up with Cayman Jack.
And I'm severely tempted to get a Costco membership just for the craft beer.
Ooh. And they may have their own brand. I know they do this with wine. I don't know if they do it with beer, but they'll have their own brand, and supposedly it's high-end wineries. It's just they slap the Costco label on it.
Oh,
I've had it.
Trader Joe's. I mean, Trader Joe's has their own labeled beer and wine too.
But it's from what I've heard, it's the craft stuff. It's just it has their label.
Yes, they just purchase the actual.
Yeah.
They purchase the actual product and then just repackage it.
Which I'm okay.
Yeah.
Do you have an Aldi's up there?
No, we have Trader Joe's. We don't have Aldi's.
We have a Trader Joe's. Okay, we have one Trader Joe's, and I actually haven't been there in years because it's way out at the fancy part of the beach. It's not the everyday part of the beach. It's the rich part of the beach. But we do have, I think, like 2 or 3 Aldi's. And I remember going there, and I was almost crying because they had wine for $2 a bottle.
Aldi's is really reasonable, and I really wish that they'd consider moving in here, especially into Southtown. I don't know if Southtown would allow it. We'll see.
Why?
We'll see. Oh, we're going. Corvallis is going through this up and down, who's gonna be here, and we need this and we need that, but we can't make up our minds. And Walmart can't come here for at least Walmart can't move from Northtown for at least another 10 years, according to the law.
Well, I mean, in a way, that's good because they keep a close watch on what they let in. Most places don't do that.
But we don't have any decent, affordable, large supermarket down here in Southtown. There's nothing. It's crazy.
We need that. We've got Walmart. We've got Safeway. I think something like that. Something like Safeway. I think it's Safeway. We've got something called Harvey's. We've got Winn-Dixie. We've got Publix. We've got Costco. We've got Sam's Club. We got it all. Times 10.
Well, we had an Albertsons.
Albertsons
combined with somebody. I think they combined with Safeway. Here we've also got some Kroger's. We've got Vaughn's, Albertsons. We've got Raley's. Raley's or Raley's. Raleys. They're in other cities here. They're nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what that other grocery store we have. I don't think it may not be Safeway. It starts with an S, I think. Save a lot. That's what we have also. I've never been in it. We have Save a Lot, yeah. So we have quite a few, but I tend to stick to Harvey's and Publix because they're close to me. And if I'm able to get to Walmart, then I'll do Walmart. But Aldi's is nice. I just don't get out there that often. Oh, and there's a grocery store here called Freshfield Farms, but they're pretty much strictly produce, meat, cheese, dairy, things like that. It's all food. They don't have like shampoo and health stuff.
Oh, see, I
So
wish we had a place like that.
it's really nice. I'll go there, and not only this, but they have a little outside um, delicatessen
Yeah.
where you can order hot dog, a turkey leg, a sub, ice cream.
Yeah, I've been to places like that. Yeah.
And so what I do, because they're right down the street from the people I like to visit who have the dogs, and so sometimes if it's not too hot, when I'm done visiting them, I'll walk to Freshfields, I'll order a hot dog, sit down, eat the hot dog, and then go in the store and get whatever I think I'm gonna, try to cook, which is funny. But yeah, and they have juice too. Their juice is good. So yeah, they're really good. It's like a farmer's market indoors with air conditioning. They're really good.
Yeah. I was shocked today at Safeway.
Yeah.
We walk we walk 9 miles. So
Yeah.
at the halfway point is Safeway. So we walk into Safeway and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get potatoes. I'm going to get green onions and
Good.
kale, and then we're going to leave. I walked in and it was like a tornado had gone through the vegetable aisle. There were no potato. There were barely any potatoes. Like the onions were half gone.
Have a hurricane or something?
Like they were just stripped out. Like it looked like a huge pile of people had come through the day before and just right through the store.
What could have happened? I mean, y'all don't have
I think no. I just think that people came from Saturday and they came through and they bought up all the vegetables, and
I guess so.
Safeway didn't really have time to restock before today.
They need to get on that. And it's not even the first of the month. I've noticed with Freshfield Farms, if I go the first Saturday in the month, it is crowded. And it's already a small place with narrow aisles. So the first of the month, it's like, oh, there's so many people, I'm stuck. Help me, help. But
I was really surprised. Normally the Paloma store has lots and lots of produce, but today they just didn't have a whole lot. I got one of the last 2 bunches of green onions.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, green onions and kale. I guess I'll have to wait. Go to a different Safeway for the potatoes. So I have the Safeway app, and the Safeway app gives me special prices.
Oh, good.
So I can get a whole 5-pound bag of roast potatoes for $1.35, which is great.
Nice. Yeah.
But I have to get the ones that they tell me to get.
Yeah, you have to be careful. I get caught with that, not getting the exact thing that's on sale, and then being like, I thought it was on sale. I should also say there are farmers markets here. I know there's one downtown. We just don't get out to do that stuff.
Farmers markets can be extremely expensive when you're talking vegetables.
Right.
I'm both surprised and not surprised at the same time. I went to school. I went to school for agriculture.
Yeah.
I understand the reasons behind it. I just don't agree with the reasons behind it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I get,
yeah. I understand all the things that have to go into it, but I don't like it.
But it's not practical when you're on
a
fixed income.
Exactly.
Not practical.
When I need vegetables at a specific price and it's not there, I'm gonna have to go to Safeway. Sorry.
I mean, you do what you got to do. I mean, you want to support, local business, but if you use all your money up, you're not going to support anyone. So
here's the thing. I mean, there's only so much local you can do, right?
Yeah.
If you do local 100% of the time, you're not even going to get half of the items that you really want, because one local area can't produce everything you need. Like, there's no way we're going to produce enough grain to feed everybody, to keep everybody here in bread.
That's true.
We don't have we just flat out don't have the ability to do pineapples. Sorry, I'm just knocking out. Like
we
tropical fruit
can't
is
do that.
completely out of our league.
We can. I mean, you have to get your oranges from California, I would imagine, right?
Yes, California, and Mexico.
Yeah. Same thing with the
I don't mind. I don't mind as long as we get them.
Mm-hmm.
The whole shop local thing. It's an interesting experiment, but in a lot of ways, it can be farcical.
Yeah. There's only so far you can go. You have to be open enough to realize you can't get everything. Unless, okay, unless you're the kind of person who doesn't eat a lot of bread. Some people, gluten intolerant and all that stuff, they don't eat bread. If you can specifically target your diet to only include things that are locally sourced, fine, that's great. But most people aren't going to do that.
Yeah, if you can afford $3.50 for a head of kale.
And that's another point. I've noticed for a long time now that people who adopt the totally healthy lifestyle have the money in order to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It costs a lot of money to go to natural food stores.
Yes, absolutely.
It's reminding me, did you ever watch this show, Portlandia?
I got, I think, an episode and a half in before I almost lost my lunch and stopped watching.
I loved it. I loved it. Now it's a farce. I mean, it is satirical. It's not meant to truly represent.
It's very satirical.
Very satirical. But there's one thing that I always remember. They're in a restaurant. They're playing these very frou-frou, yuppie, socially conscious characters, and they're asking the waitress, did my beef have a happy life? Did it run around? I want to see pictures of its first birthday. Who were its parents? And they're just asking for like the whole life history of their beef. And then, 3 hours later, they're still asking questions. And it's just a farce of, how much are you going to know about your beef? There's only so much you can ask. So I always think of that when I think about things like that.
Now Oregon is better than most when it comes to dairy. But there is exactly so many. There's only so far you can go. Tillamook has a lot of different herds. How are you going to know which herd the milk came from? You can't. It's homogenized. It's all put together. You can't say this. You can't say this cheese was from this cow.
It just doesn't work that way.
No.
This egg, yeah. And that's part of the cost factor. If you really want to know where your chicken from, who its parents were, then you have to be able to pay for that. Because otherwise you have mass production and mass distribution and everything gets mixed up together. And that's what makes it, unfortunately, that's what makes it affordable. So it's like almost like a scale is going to tip this way or tip this way, and you have to find the median.
Yeah, our happy medium right now is little to no beef.
Oh, good.
Plenty of chicken, plenty of fish, some pork, the occasional lamb if it's got a shank big enough. That's pretty much it. And then lots and lots of vegetables on the grill 95% of the time.
Yep. And Cyber, he says he calls that difference in price the health tax. And he asked, why does a salad cost sometimes more than a burger? Well, I guess you could argue, the ingredients that go into the salad, if it has a special kind of cheese, a special kind of lettuce, a special kind of this, a special kind of that, organic, blah, 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 all that.
Well, so if you're getting a side salad from a restaurant, it's a decent cost. It's going to be a decent cost. If you're getting a specialty salad from a pub, it's a little bit of a ripoff because they're just going to put stuff on there that looks really good.
It's probably not going to be from a farmer's market. It's not. I mean, it's not. They didn't go to any great lengths to get it. You know, it's just
if you're getting
it's the health tax. That's the health tax.
Exactly. Huh? If you're getting a salad at Subway, I want to smack you across the back of the head.
Well,
because you're overpaying by a huge amount. Because all these basic vegetables they use cost, it's all filler material. What they're charging you for is all the junk on top, all the meat, all the bacon, all the sauces, all the bad stuff, and then they'll just charge the health tax on top of that, which is how you view the salad as better for you. They'll charge you for that.
Oh yeah. And what's funny is when someone orders a taco salad and thinks they're being healthy. No, you have a taco. Those things, if you get a taco salad, that's gonna be like 1,000 calories because of the damn taco shell. No, that's not healthy.
And the sour cream, the guacamole, the
guilty.
Other special stuff on top of it. That's
cheese.
I love taco salad on the cheese and the beans.
Gosh, now I'm hungry.
Yeah, man.
I love that stuff. Love it.
I wonder sometimes if how we feel hungry, would ghosts feel like that?
That's a good point. Look at you trying to edge us onto our topic. That is so awesome.
Was I being slick?
You were very slick. I mean, I didn't pick up on it at all. Had no idea what you were doing. Snuck that right in there like a ghost.
Dun, dun, dun.
Popped out of nowhere. Call the ghost hunters. But I like this show. What did you think?
Marley's Ghosts is one of the most hilarious shows I have seen in ages. Oh my goodness. So the premise behind it, a woman who has these people around her die and show up as ghosts, and the ghosts follow her around. It seems absurd. It seems like, okay, you can't make a show out of that. How dumb is that? And yeah, some of it is dumb, which made it funny.
It's supposed to be a little ridiculous.
It is.
I mean, it's all kind of ridiculous. But it's fun.
It is. It was very fun.
Now, how far did you get?
I watched the whole thing.
Well, guys, I wish I'd known that because I'm only halfway through the last season. The second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The only episode I did not like was the very last one.
And see, I haven't got that far. I'm only halfway through the second season.
Okay.
So, all right. How about we talk about the first season? And that's pretty much because she changes residence. So I think the first season is pretty much at the first residence, right?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we start with who the characters are?
That is an excellent idea. La 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 la.
All right. We have
Sarah Alexander plays Marley.
And I love her. She was in Couples. Did you ever watch Couples?
I think I did.
If you haven't, you would remember. It is hilarious. It is one of the funniest shows I ever watched. I don't know if it's available anymore anywhere, but if you can find it, it's called Couples.
It should be on Amazon. Hilarious. I don't know if it's on Amazon Prime. Let's see.
I hope so, because it's awesome.
Joe Joyner plays the vicar.
Yeah, I love her. She's in a show called Shakespeare and Hathaway, which I think is on BBC on BritBox. It's really funny.
And she was also in EastEnders.
Okay.
I like her because her almost brainless type of character.
Yeah, but she's funny and cute.
She is funny and cute, but she comes out with these unexpectedly like intelligent,
What's coupling?
like intimate knowledge of life, where she's dead. But she was a vicar, so she couldn't really enjoy, like, quote unquote, enjoy life while she was a vicar. She
really
felt like
much.
Yeah, she felt like she had to be this certain person, so she never did anything.
No, she's always asking questions. She doesn't know like the most basic stuff that people know. It's kind of sad. She died without experiencing so much.
Yeah. And now she's trying to experience it when she's dead.
Oh, her crush on the young man across the street. It's almost cringeworthy because he's probably what, 18 or something. And
I think so. Well, I think he's a little older than 18.
Mm-hmm. Well, he acts young because he just sits. Ooh, coupling is on Prime Video. Let's see if it costs money. It's coupling. But it's free. I highly recommend Coupling. It's the most hilarious show I've ever seen. It makes me laugh so hard. Coupling. But what was I saying? Oh, the son, he acts young because he's just vacuous. He spends most of the time just staring at the TV.
Yeah. So I'm trying to jump ahead.
I know, I'm the same way too. I'm like, look at this.
There was some. Oh, here we go. It was Nicholas Burns. Nicholas Burns plays Michael.
Yep.
The lover.
That character annoys me so much.
Really? Oh my God, he's hilarious.
But he's so smarmy. I mean, he is funny, but like if I knew him in real life, I would hate him. Because he's so smarmy and full of himself. Well,
But he looks so easily intimidatable.
I know.
He looks like you could blow on him and like he'd just fall to pieces.
Which surprised me that no one did in real life. I mean, I can't believe she chose him over Adam. And while Adam is irresponsible, he died for her. I'm sorry.
Cyber, it does have a Dead Like Me vibe.
It is a lot like that.
Totally has a Dead Like Me vibe.
I miss Dead Like Me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nicholas Burns, who plays Michael, was actually in Doctor Who.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Played Lord Sutcliffe in 2017.
Okay. He's been in a few things that looked familiar to me. Che says he always plays those characters. He was also in Man Stroke Woman.
Oh, yes. Yes. Very proper English actor.
Yeah. But I love the actor who plays Adam has been around forever and a day. Now, of course, I blanked on his name.
John Hannah.
John Hannah. He's been around forever. I mean, I remember watching him in the 90s. He was in The Mummy, which a lot of American people remember him from. But, I mean, I know him from all kinds of stuff. He was born in 1962. He's Scottish, if you can't tell.
He is so Scottish.
He's very Scottish.
This was my second type of dream man.
Yes, I've always liked him so much.
Like, and he is actually a little bit smarmy himself.
A little bit, but he's not. He is a little bit arrogant and full of himself. It's not as unsufferable as Michael.
He's selfish. That's the thing. He's very selfish. Like 9 times out of 10, he's thinking about himself.
He is a man boy, but he died for her. So
that's true. So she
died for her. Mm-hmm.
So Marley, the whole thing started when Marley was choking on a chicken bone.
Yeah, the way I'll probably go.
Yeah. Her husband tries to save her.
Mm-hmm. And that's John Hannah's character, Adam.
Gets the chicken bone stuck in his
throat. He sucks it out of her throat into his throat.
And he dies.
He took a bone bullet for her.
Took a bone bullet.
Basically, a bone
okay,
bullet.
That sounds a little bad.
Oh, a chicken bullet. He took a
chicken bullet.
He took a chicken bullet for her. And I mean, even though he was kind of a louse as a husband, he was drunk all the time and embarrassed her and all this stuff.
And ignored her.
Yeah. But when push came to shove, he was there for her. I can't imagine Michael saving her life like that.
Here's where I have to be careful not to tell you what happens in season 2.
Yes, because I'm only halfway through season 2.
Yeah, because Michael can be just as selfish.
Well, we know Michael is selfish. Yeah, that's the lover, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, Adam turns, in the beginning, like he just doesn't even notice his wife is like half dressed, like right there, standing in front of him, like
he was up his own butt.
Yeah. But like Michael can be the same way.
Yes, he can. Well, they're all. Well, let's really be honest. Part of the comedy is that they're all self-obsessed. All the ghosts.
Yeah.
Because they don't. She's being burgled, and they don't care. They're off doing their own thing, while her house is being broken into.
Well, they talk to the thieves.
Yeah, but they didn't like run and tell her. Like,
no,
hey,
they didn't run and tell her. That's true.
They should have popped in and say, "Someone's at your house. Go now. Go now."
No, they argue with the thieves as to what's the most expensive thing.
Right, yeah. So they're all self-obsessed in their own way, and that's part of the comedy. So they're all kind of their own like toxic type of relationships with poor Marley.
One of the things I was interested in was like seconds after they become ghosts, they automatically understand how to go through walls.
Yeah, they get that. They can't move stuff, but they do get that.
How can you just know to walk through walls if you're dead? Of course, I've never been dead, so I don't know.
Maybe there's a little handbook like on Beetlejuice. Didn't they have a little handbook?
Handbook? Beetlejuice had a handbook. Yeah.
They had a book, so maybe they read the book really quickly. Although we see plenty of people turn to ghosts and they don't seem to have handbooks. They're just like, why am I here instead of across the street? Oh my God, that poor redheaded lady. She keeps killing her lovers with that damn lamp. She needs to get rid of
Marley's lamp.
With Marley's lamp that Adam made, but he was only 8 years old.
That's true.
Didn't do any better, but she needs to get rid of that lamp. 2 brothers dead because of that lamp. Although both brothers kind of seemed like douchebags to me. The one who had been blind in life, he was a douchebag as soon as he died and was like, I can see it. Let's do this stuff. Let's go here. Oh, and the brother doing crocodile tears. I love that brother. No, you didn't.
Who's that? That's the woman you love. Oh, really?
Oh, I know. That was so douchey. He hadn't seen the woman that he'd been sleeping with. And then when he realized she was older, he was like, oh, douchebag. I just wanted to kick him to the curb, douchebag. But did you recognize the actress in the first season who plays the across the street neighbor?
Okay, now are you talking about like the old looking one with the short white hair?
No, I don't know. She's Pakistani.
Yes. I can't remember where she's from, but yes. Yeah, I recognized her. Yes. Well, Che recognized her first, and then I totally recognized her after that.
Imagine her with a little bow tie, smart little bow tie, and like a pencil skirt.
I still can't remember where it's from, but I can hear like her voice is in my head.
Oh, sir. Oh, I can't do the accent, but just imagine her bustling about an office with a cute little bow tie and a smart outfit on.
Ah, you're killing me. You're just gonna have to tell me. I am horrible with names.
All right, what separates us
Was it
from the criminals? What separates us from the criminals?
freedom?
It's, what am I doing? I won't let you off the hook.
I don't remember. Jay, help me.
It's,
I don't know. I don't know.
what am I tracing with my hands?
Prisoner Zero?
Nope.
I'm
What's-
horrible at this.
What links A and B?
A line. Oh, Jay gave it away.
Did he say it?
She was Constable Habib.
Yes, thin blue
The
line.
thin blue line, yeah.
Yes. This is, I mean, you know, we saw her 25 years ago as a cute little police constable. And now
she's still just as good. I mean, okay, so
awesome.
the character was super well written. Like, she totally went overboard making her son write a note.
I know. I'm not right for you. You're twice my age, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no.
Throwing yourself at me is making me uncomfortable. What?
This is
it
ridiculous.
is? No, it's
She
not.
wasn't throwing herself at him. She wasn't throwing, I mean,
No.
she really, honestly, she really wasn't paying that much attention. It was just the stupid ghost who was doing it.
Well, I'm gonna pause for a second. I need a refill. And
all right, I'll tell you what. I'll talk a little bit, but then after that, I need a different kind of beer. I love this beer, but I don't want to drink the whole thing tonight. That would be bad.
My second beer is Samuel Smith's. Well, I hope everybody knows who Samuel. If you don't know who Samuel Smith's is a Yorkshire brewery, and they are absolutely fantastic.
Wait.
This is their Taddy Porter.
Sam Smith, didn't he do the last Bond song, James Bond?
Samuel?
Sam Smith. Yeah, he did the last Bond song.
I don't think it's the same Sam Smith.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Samuel Smith's is a brewery.
Okay. Sam Smith has a hard time saying goodbye.
Well, I thought you were never supposed to say goodbye.
Irish goodbye. That reminds me. I did an Irish goodbye. I'll talk about my Irish goodbye. While you go, you do your thing, and I'm going to talk about. Oh, do you want to talk about your beer? I thought you actually had to go away.
No, I have it.
Oh, I thought you had to go away. Never mind. Okay, keep going.
No. This is Now I need to turn to my good friends, the notes. Beer. Interestingly enough, this is registered 100% vegan with the Vegan Society.
All right. I know.
It's random. It's a random thing they have on their website.
Because usually when you're producing things, you use, like, this is gross, but bones and stuff. Like, the machines will use bones, like, if you're producing stuff.
Okay, well, Claire, if you're clarifying beer, normally you're using shellfish to clarify the beer, and that's not vegan.
Right. So they must do things
But apparently they're doing things differently. This is 100% vegan.
You, Sam Smith.
Brewed in Tadcaster, the oldest brewery in Yorkshire. This is brewed
Yorkshire. I like Yorkshire.
This is brewed in open fermented in stone Yorkshire squares with the same yeast strain they have used since 1800.
And boy, is it tired.
Boy, is my yeast tired.
It's been working for 300 years. It's tired. It needs to retire. It needs a break.
Woo! No lack of head here, and everybody knows how much Linda likes a head on her
that's
beer.
good.
Good luck.
Awesome.
Good luck. Good luck.
I believe this is 5%. Oh my goodness. Where did it go? Okay, I can't remember the percentage on this. I know I looked it up, and then I forgot to put it in the notes. I am a terrible. I'm a bad beer drinker. Samuel Smith's Taddy Porter.
Let's see.
Nutty aromas. Things like that. As Cyber says, things like that make me giggle. People on the internet think their yeast won't survive a few weeks in the fridge.
Try 300 years.
Well, it's the same yeast strain. They're making it over and over and over again, but yeah, it's,
5% ABV. Registered with the Vegan Society, suitable for vegans and vegetarians. Ingredients: water, malted barley, yeast, hops, cane sugar, carbon dioxide.
Okay. Samuel Smith's, if I was in England, if I was in Tadcaster,
I would be in you, Samuel
this
Smith.
would be my everyday beer.
That'd be awesome.
It's smooth, rich. It's not chocolatey at all, but it's very like malty.
Jinx. Malty. I love the word malty. Jinx.
It smells nutty.
Good. I like that. Nutty.
I actually love the smell of it. I could like. It is so smooth, rich, a little bit sweet, very roasty. It's definitely got that lovely roasty that I really like in a porter.
Okay.
And then it's got oh man. How to actually describe that? The only thing I can actually describe it is that tang that goes across the roof of your mouth that's really delicious. Good. It makes you want to lick the back of your teeth.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, that's how good it is. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Uh-oh, the producer is sitting there with an empty glass.
Uh-oh. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go get an Oktoberfest from Intuition. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds absolutely amazing.
All right, I'll be back in a minute. Can you keep it going for a minute?
I might be able to. For
2 minutes most.
For Cybernaut's sake. I think I should be able to.
All right.
Sam Smith makes some great beer. Go ahead. Sam Smith makes some great beers. I love the organic chocolate porter, or maybe it's a stout. Tastes like chocolate or Three Musketeers. Oh yeah, the Samuel Smith chocolate. That is so dessert. It's ridiculous. I don't even remember the last time I had it. I have to check Untapped for that one. Let's see. That's probably an affiliate we should try to get into is Untapped. Although I'm not sure. I don't think they actually have organic chocolate stout. Oh, apparently I only have one check into it, but I know I've had it many times. Very, very delicious. 5%, 28 IBU. Ah, oh, so good. Whole Foods should carry it. Our co-op carries it. Our brew supply carries it. We used to have it in Safeway. I know that Market of Choice had it for at least 3 years running, but they have so many other chocolate stouts, including the brewery. The really expensive, the brewery that I'm still waiting to get their white chocolate stout. It's so expensive that I actually have to plan like I don't know, like 6 months in advance to actually go buy it. I'm hoping also that the new Black Butte Porter will still be in Corvallis Brewing Supply on the 1st when I go back to get it. If it's not, I'm just going to have to survive a year without it. I usually buy about 2 bottles per year. Yep. One of my most favorite beers from the brewery is their fall beer, their maple beer. It's one of the few maple beers that I actually enjoy the flavor of maple in. There really are not too many beers with maple in it that I can hack, but the brewery is definitely one of them.
Oh, the brewery is so good. I haven't had one of those in a while. They're one of the best breweries out there.
Yeah.
I love the brewery.
Yeah, but they're so expensive. I have to save up for those.
Yeah, I get them at Beer 30, and they can be $20 to $30 for a bomber.
Cyber.
What?
Cyber.
What? What?
The R name shall the brewery that shall not be mentioned.
No. We do not talk about them. They do not deserve.
We don't talk about the brewery that shall not be mentioned.
Yeah.
With that voodoo that you do so awfully.
They do so unwell.
Unwell.
How are they still making beer when so many other good breweries have gone under?
Because they were really the first to commercialize, and they're still, they're still churning out, the commercialized beer. But I have noticed their prices have gone back up.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Yeah, even the Uber fans will have hard time paying for that.
Yep.
Okay, I have got from Intuition, I've got a limited release Oktoberfest. I bought a 6-pack of this because I really like Oktoberfest. I haven't had an Oktoberfest in a while.
I love Oktoberfest beers.
I do too. I always do. I still have some of the really large, I think we've talked about this before, the tankards that you can get.
Yes. Oh yeah, I packed all mine away. I packed all mine away in preparation for the imminent move that didn't happen.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully you'll get them out eventually. So 5% ABV, which is, that's normal. That's okay. Because generally when you drink these, you drink a tankard full.
Yes. I would love to go to Oktoberfest.
I would love that.
I would love to go.
I've met people who have gone. I've never gone. That would be awesome. I'm just going to pour a little bit for now. Very golden, coppery color. Very clear. I can see through it. Not a whole lot of bubbles, but a few. A little bit of a head. But, you don't really expect a whole lot of head because I don't know what I'm talking about, but a little bit of lacing. Kind of that, almost an IPA smell. I'm not sure. I guess it's the yeast, I think, that makes it smell like this. Definitely got the yeasty smell. Not a whole lot else. Tastes like an Oktoberfest. Tastes like I'm going to be up for a while drinking lots and lots of Oktoberfest. Now give me a bratwurst.
Let's get out the bratwurst, the pretzels, the schnitzel,
I need it all. This would actually be really good with bratwurst and schnitzel and all that. Gosh, now I want the little costume. I want the whole thing. There's a little restaurant here called Seven Bridges. It's part of a chain, but the chain they have different names for whatever area they're in. So you don't realize it's a chain unless you do some digging. But they have Oktoberfest, and I haven't gone in a long time, but I used to go every year. And the waitresses have the little outfits on, and that's where I got the big tankards from. And you can order this bratwurst and everything, and they usually do pretty cheap price for it too. Like a regular size, like 16 ounces, will be $3, and the tankard full will be like $6. But if you want to buy the tankard, it's more, obviously.
Yeah.
And then part of it usually goes to charity, so that's nice.
Cybernauts talking about Das Boot.
Das Boot.
Das Boot.
Das
big
Bier.
boot filled with beer.
Yes, I want Das Boot.
Das Boot.
Uh-huh.
Not the movie, the beer.
Not the beer. I know. Oh, it's so good. I love it. I love Oktoberfest because even though it's good, it's unassuming. It's not going to knock you down. It's not going to make you want to drink something else. It's just, it really gets you there.
It really is meant to complement an enormous range of
Yes.
foods
Yes.
and still be innocuous in the background,
Right.
but have enough alcohol.
It
so that you keep
complements
having
everything.
Fun.
It complements it. Like I can definitely taste the saltiness of bratwurst right now. I would love that so much.
Well, bad news from this part of Oregon.
Uh-oh.
We will not be doing Septemberfest this year.
What? You did it before.
We did it before. Unfortunately, with the move and the upcoming move, and having to save money, we cannot afford. And also with the whole weight loss.
I know you don't want to tempt yourself too much.
We can't afford to run over there, eat our brains out, drink the entire day, and
I know.
I am working on maybe getting a special interview for I don't know.
Wouldn't that be nice? That would be very nice.
That would be nice. Would be nice. A little preview of what may happen at Septemberfest.
Yeah. You'll have to let me know so that I can be prepared. Maybe I'll save it through Oktoberfest for that.
Oktoberfest.
We're so funny. But not as funny as Marley's ghost.
Okay, so yours again was called just Oktoberfest, or
I think it's just Oktoberfest. Intuition Ale Works Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest
You
Lager,
found it?
Euro Pale, 4.7%.
All right. Really good. Medium body, copper color. I agree with that. Balanced, noble hop. I did taste some hops. Does it normally have hops?
Oh, well, all beer should have hops unless it's a specific type of beer that uses woods instead of hops. Or herbs instead of hops.
Do German beers usually have hops?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that was more for IPAs and...
No. The Reinheitsgebot still allows for hops, especially to prop up the back end of those sweeter beers. A lager can turn into a super sweet bomb unless you balance it out with some hops.
Okay, I did not realize that. I thought hops were more of a U.S. and now Australian thing. I thought it kind of started here and fanned out to the rest of the world. I definitely tasted the hops, but not in a bad way, not in an overpowering way.
Where did it go? There is a specific type of beer, and I can't remember what it's called. It actually uses herbs instead of hops. And I still Gruit. That's what it's called. It's called a Gruit.
Never heard of that. All right. They use
a Gruit. Yeah, a Gruit uses bittering herbs of different varieties instead of hops.
Okay. Wonder what that's like.
Gruits are they can be absolutely amazing. There's one here called Mamba. Mamba uses black tea, and it is one of the most amazing beers I've ever had in my entire life. And I can only get it every once in a while. It's from Gilgamesh Brewing.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna I'm going to take the opportunity to say happy birthday to somebody.
Ooh. Oh, Linux! Happy birthday, Linux! I'm on Linux right now.
Tux is 27 years old.
It feels like it's been around longer. It really does. Is that since Linux became like widely spread, or since it was created?
That's a good question.
Created.
Since it was created.
So Linux Torvald was in his basement or something cooking up this new operating system 27 years ago, huh?
Yep.
Cool. Well, happy birthday, Linux. And I'm sure Linux Torvald is a proud papa.
Well, he is a proud something.
Yeah, I know people say he's kind of a...
He's not. Look, I admire his abilities. I don't always admire his interaction, but I do admire the wonderful things he has done, even unintentionally, for the open source community.
Yeah, I mean, some people
even if he never intended this to become a desktop craze. What he did inspired us to actually get into it, and he can feel proud of that.
He started a whole movement. People developed software specifically for the system. They made a whole ecosystem.
Yep.
I mean, whereas,
Absolutely.
yeah, it let people locally source their software instead of going to Safeway for their software. They're able to make it themselves.
And our Che is right. He has to be a perfectionist in order to secure our security. That is true. You know, a perfectionist in order to make sure that Linux is the Linux kernel is a secure system. It's a fussy business.
Did you know that he lives in Oregon?
Yes.
Have you ever thought about driving by his house?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay. You can still just drive by and be like, "We love Linux."
I think he'd really think that's
weird.
creepy, and I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to creep Linus. I wouldn't want to creep him out.
And it would be creepy. It would be
creepy.
But sometimes
it'd be just as creepy as going to the Goonies house and, you know, creeping out over there. Because that doesn't okay, so it's an icon, but it still doesn't belong to the public. Just because they made a movie there doesn't mean that the public has a right to go and, you know, constantly badger the people who live there or that own the house.
But yet they have all those Hollywood tours, so you can take Hollywood tours. I know, you're right. It would be creepy. But you don't have. You could just walk by. He doesn't have to know that you're doing anything. You just walk by and be like, "Thank you," and just keep going.
If he's ever in the mood for a handshake, I'm more than happy to give him a handshake and say thanks for all the work that you've done. I really appreciate it.
A lot of work.
You've helped make my life better.
Yeah, he's really done a lot. I mean, you know, who would have thought I would be installing an operating system that's not Microsoft, not Apple, and finding programs to run on it. And it makes me feel really good.
Yeah, and all the tons of people out there in the communities across the world that have thrown themselves into Linux distributions. I personally like to thank all the people from Solus who have worked so hard. My machine is working as a gaming machine.
That is excellent.
It's amazing. I love it, and I'm producing works of art on it. Books, audio books, and all kinds of stuff. So very nice.
Well, and that's one of the beautiful things about an operating system, an open source operating system. There's so many people to thank.
Mhm.
So many people put hard work into making this better, making programs that will run on it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really a community effort. It couldn't have been.
Yeah. If you're part of the community, pat yourself on the back, say happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
Penguin. And I've read more about Linus Torvalds than I need to.
Yeah, apparently he lives in a gated community in Portland.
Oh,
Because,
well,
he probably wants to be left alone, and I want to leave him alone.
Yeah, he can be left alone. Yeah, Wikipedia said that he said once he wants to be an encouraging person, but he tried, and that's not him.
It can be very difficult to go out in the world, as we both know. I mean, I don't have people, like recognizing me and throwing themselves at me yet.
Unfortunately, give it time.
I'm great on camera.
Yeah, you are.
I'm shy in real life.
Oh, a lot of people are like that. Okay. I'm shy in real life. Even if I try to do like interviews, I mean, I get up the courage to do it, but I'm always like thinking, please let this be over. Please let this be over. Please let this be over.
Been there.
I'm like, oh, this is so hard. I'm so uncomfortable. I just want to go drink beer. Why did I sign up for this?
So you're gonna watch. So are you gonna watch the rest of series 2?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Well, you said you've gotten halfway through it. Does that mean you got through episode 3?
I think I'm on 3. I'm either on 3 or 4.
Do you remember the last thing you watched? What happened in the last thing you watched?
Let me go to Amazon and see. Because I'm watching so many shows right now. I can't seem to finish a show. I keep starting and then I don't finish. It's very annoying. I'm on Amazon. Let me just look up Marley's Ghost. Hopefully it keeps my place of where I was. Let's see. Okay, it says I finished episode 3. Let me see the description of episode 3. No, that's season. No, I know I did season. Okay, hold on. Let me get to season 2. Hold on, sorry. I'm on episode 4 of season 2. Okay, I just started episode 4, so.
Just started episode 4. Oh, okay.
Yeah. She had a date in episode 3. They weren't happy about it. Oh, and then episode 2, she had her niece. Oh, episode 2, I love the way she was dressed when she finally decided to embrace her inner clubber, and she wore her niece's clothes. I love
and the
that.
big hair, the big 80s,
I know.
80s ponytail. I was like,
it worked.
That's me.
Yeah, I love that. It was almost like Olivia Newton-John in Grease at the end. She had that big hair, and she might as well have been wearing, vinyl or whatever. But the little tiny skirt, and you can tell it was a little too small for her because it was her niece's, because it kind of rid up a little bit. But good on her. It's so funny because I love the actress. It makes me feel better that her character is worried. Am I too old? Do I still have it? Because it makes me feel better. I can relate. But then I remember she's Sarah Alexander. She's one of the hottest women in the world.
Yeah.
Of course she still got it. But it makes me feel better that her character is questioning, do I still have it,
That is true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I can't remember who she went on a date with. It says I watched episode 3. Who did she go on a date with? I don't remember.
Well, episode 3 was the young blind man that died.
I remember that.
The clock.
Well, then his brother died. His brother died too.
But
I remember his brother
when she had the date, Wasn't the date also when her niece showed up?
Well, this says her niece was episode 2.
Oh, her niece was episode 2.
Yeah, I'm on Amazon right now. And it said episode 2 is the niece.
Oh, it says Marley's attempts to befriend her neighbors are disrupted by her wayward niece. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, I'm getting 4 mixed up. Or maybe her niece shows up again or something.
Maybe.
Okay, I can't tell you about that then.
I know.
Because I'll get it mixed up with episode 5, and you're really gonna like episode 5.
Yeah. I want to.
Episode 5 was great. 6. I wasn't as happy with 6. You might like 6 better than I did.
Okay. We'll see. And the sad thing is, that seems to be the end of the series because that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was probably a good place to end it. It'll definitely remain in my memory.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Amazon has the episodes mixed up a little bit, I think.
Oh, really?
On Amazon it says episode 5. When a young blind man dies, he gets his sight back and tries to lure Marley Ghost away from her.
No, do they have an episode 0 as the advertisement?
I don't see an episode 0.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, yeah, they must have it because episode 3 was the young blind man.
Yeah, I think they're mixed up because I saw the young blind man. In fact, in the most recent thing I saw, was his brother died. And we hear the redheaded neighbor screaming, and Adam says, "I was 8." That's the last thing I remember seeing. The brother died.
Yeah.
I think I put the Amazon link in our own show notes on Discord, and I think they've got that mixed up because
they do. 3 and 4 are mixed up.
Now I know why I'm so confused.
See, I'm looking at BritBox,
and I don't think I saw the one where she had a date. I didn't see that one yet. She hasn't had a date in what I watched. I watched the blind man one, so they've got it all mixed up.
Yeah, they've got it all mixed up.
Makes me wonder if Amazon has it right or if BBC played it wrong. I don't know.
No, BritBox definitely has it correct. Okay. Well, BritBox is owned by BBC. I hope they have it correct.
I would hope so. I would think they got it right. But I don't know about there, but sometimes with our shows, it'll be filmed to be a certain way, and then the studio or the network will decide at the last minute, let's switch it around because we need to have more action up front. So I don't know if that's the reason.
And then, the problem is with IMDb is they give you different descriptions than anybody else. So then you don't know.
That's true. That is really confusing. And it doesn't help that I left my new Kindle at work.
Oh.
I know, it's okay. I was watching something. I forgot to put it in my book bag, but my friend who worked late, she was nice enough to put it in my desk for me.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm just a little worried because I have an alarm set on it for 6 a.m. So
it's going to be going off
for for an hour before I get there.
Oh my goodness.
I know, the battery may be dead by then. I don't know though. That battery's pretty good.
It is. It really is. I was using it yesterday for writing, and I was at 27%. And after like 3 hours, it dropped down like 1%.
Wow. That's
really good.
Okay. Yeah, 1% after 3 hours. That is good.
Not being, not being hooked up.
Yeah,
I've got it all charged up now and ready to go back down to the garage whenever I go back down to the garage and write. Because I gotta write. I can't let Hunchback be my only. I can't let Hunchback be my only claim to fame.
Well, I liked the book I bought you from you before, Reflections.
Oh, Eclectic Reflections of Now.
Yes, that was very good. I like that too. So you have more than one.
Short. I think Champions of Fluoral is going to be a wonderful classic fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not steampunk at all. It's actually extremely fantasy oriented.
Okay, that's good.
You know, whole save the world kind of thing, because I love saving the world.
Well, we all like it. Well, not everybody, but a lot of us like it when the world is set right. When things are amiss and then we can bring it all together and make it right. People like that.
Yes, that is sometimes I think it's almost like a small mental disorder I have, that I have to try in like almost every story to like fix the world's problems. Like,
I'm the same way. It could be OCD. We got to put things in its place.
well, I didn't test out for OCD.
Okay.
I did test out severely for anxiety. So I'm obviously anxious about the world as it is, and as I feel it should be, which, you know, I constantly in my head try to fix. I want to fix it, but I don't have the power to go out and just tell people, look, just fix it. Just do this, it'll be okay.
You know, it's
I wish
funny.
I could.
That reminded me of something. Do you remember the band Talking Heads?
Yes.
All right, David Byrne. He's like, he's really arty and cool, and he's always doing inventive stuff. Well, apparently, he is starting a new online magazine, Reasons to Be Cheerful.
Really?
And yeah, I found a link for it, and I'm putting it in our own chat, and I'll put it in the Twitch chat. Now, I don't know how much money this will cost. It may be cost prohibitive, but it's a nice idea. He says they're telling stories that reveal that there are, in fact, a surprising number of reasons to feel cheerful. And in the article I read earlier today, he said it's not like maudlin stuff, you know, it's not just cutesy stuff. It's things to make you feel like the world is going in a positive direction. And I like that, because we kind of need that. We need to feel like hope is not lost.
Yes, absolutely. And I put that link. That link in under the news portion of our show notes.
Thank you. So we'll have to find out. Is it going to cost money? How much? When will it be made? All that stuff.
Wait, Cybernaut put up a. Oh, John Hall talks Unix and Linux history. Oh, okay.
Okay. What? Where is that?
Cybernaut put a link into a YouTube video saying John Mad Dog Hall talks Unix and Linux history. So I'll put that in the notes in the show notes too.
Okay, thank you, Sky.
Happy birthday, Linux.
Yeah, 50 years of Unix. We should mention, was Linux built off of Unix? Is that what happened?
That's a good question for people who would know better. You know, people like our producer.
Shay said yep.
Okay.
So Unix was here first.
I remember actually working with Unix, but I was like 14 years old.
Yeah.
So that was a long time ago. A long time ago. And it was very specific things I was working with.
Yeah, I wasn't doing stuff like that back then. I didn't start working with computers until my 20s. I wish I'd had exposure, but I just didn't. So
I was okay.
Uh-oh, you okay? What happened?
I was trying to like the producer's asking for things, and like the mime doesn't work very well.
I can't sleep my phone. like that
This,
producer.
this. You want a bottle? You want bottle opener? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, tell him it's his apartment too. He knows where stuff is. I'm sassy.
Yeah, it's on my desk, and generally people who touch my desk without asking lose fingers.
Ooh, that's not good. Uh-oh.
I have
fingers to type.
I have 3 monitors and a giant load of space.
Ooh.
And it's mine, all mine.
It's mine, all mine. That's the song. What is that from? Mine, all mine.
That does sound familiar, doesn't it?
I can't remember where that's from. It's from something. Mine, all mine. Oh, Jane's Addiction. Been caught stealing. Mine, all mine. So that's how you feel. Don't get caught stealing from your desk. Not good. Don't get caught stealing. So, do we want to talk more about Humble Bundle? Or do we?
I think we've gone over it.
Yeah, we got that. Yeah, I'm excited.
Although we could talk about the ambulance worker in the show, in episode 1.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I forgot we're still on Marley's ghost. Okay, go ahead.
Oh my God, he's hot.
He was, wasn't he?
I don't know who he is. I can't find his name.
Oh, it might be like an uncredited thing or something because he was.
How can you not credit somebody that?
I know. How dare they? They don't have their priorities.
No, he talked. He did talk. Yeah. So if he talked, he's got to have a credit.
Well, let me see. I'm on IMDb. Let me look for season 1, and it was the first episode.
Yes, it was the very first episode when she faints and she finds herself in the ambulance. And she wakes up and she looks up and I swear this guy is like either Native American or like Indian.
Yeah, probably from India or Pakistani or something.
He's one of the most beautiful creatures of the earth.
Yeah.
I want to take him home and put him in a corner.
Yeah. They don't have them. I'm looking on IMDb. They have the main cast, and then they say nurse. They have someone who's a nurse, Abby Murphy.
No.
They don't have them. What's up with that?
Very sad. It was such
so not cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I wish we had like facial recognition, where we could just like capture his face and be like, "This is so."
Yeah, even in the full. What is up with this IMDb? What about on BritBox? No, they don't. They don't give all the BritBox, do they?
One of the services, if you click on the left, it brings up the cast. Is that Amazon that does that?
Oh yes, on Amazon, if you stop at a specific point in a video, usually facial recognition will bring up the cast that is in that particular scene. But I don't have it on Amazon. I have it on BritBox.
Well, hold on. I'm playing episode 1. I'm trying. It was very loud. Okay, I've got episode 1 up. So let's see if I can fast forward through. Is it after Adam dies?
Yes, because she faints.
Let's see. Okay, Adam's in the courtroom being drunk. Okay, he's about to save her.
Keep going.
Yeah. Okay, he's about to die. Chicken bone. She says chicken bone. And then where did it go? It's in him. He's dying. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward. Oh, they're at the funeral. I fast forwarded too much. How did I fast forward to? Are you sure it's when Adam dies or is it when Michael dies? Because he died and then it went
could be when Michael dies.
All right, yeah, because I went straight to the funeral. So let's get through the funeral. There's Michael. There's Joe Joyner. Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. Waiting for Michael to die because I don't like Michael. I like the vicar. Don't let. Okay, I'm still fast forwarding. Fast forward, fast forwarding, fast forwarding. This is taking too long.
Darn. Well,
Well, before I even
too
do
much
all.
going on my thing.
Oh yeah, see, it's called X-ray cast.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let me keep going. There, she's at the cemetery, and she sees this ghost, and she's all like, "How are you here?" Fast forward, fast forward. Okay. Now Michael's at the house. He's still alive. Michael's still alive. Michael's still alive. Michael's still alive.
Yeah, he leaves the house. When the vicar comes, the vicar dies.
Yeah. Well, she dies a little bit later. She's hit, but then she dies in the hospital, which was a clever scene, I thought.
Oh yeah, she dies and like goes right through the wall. That's where I started questioning, why do ghosts automatically know how to go through walls?
I guess it's just okay. This is the crash. So Michael's on the ground, and it really hurts. And the vicar is at the steering wheel, and she's like, "It hurts." And Michael's a ghost, and he's talking to Adam. Let's see. I'm looking for the ambulance. Okay, Michael's screaming because he found out he's a ghost. Vicar's in a thing being carted out by maybe an ambulance person. Let's see. Okay, no, not yet. Let me keep looking. Hold on.
See, mine won't even start episode 1. I think my system is just overtaxed.
Oh, maybe. All right, so I'm playing. There's the ambulance. Rah, rah, rah. There's Sarah Alexander. She's in the ambulance. There's oh, here he is. He is handsome. Let's see.
Yeah. Oh, you see him, right?
Oh, yes. He's not. I'm going to take a screenshot. He's not saying who he is, though. Hold on. I'm going to take a screenshot. Hold on.
I won't say who he is. That would be horrible if he didn't want to be credited.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to title this Handsome Man. Handsome-man.png. Leave it at that. And
yes.
Let's see if I can share it. Hold on.
Well, if you could send it to Che could share it.
Yeah.
Send it through Hangouts.
Okay. My brain's working on overload right now. All right. Let me get to Hangouts. Woo, woo, woo. All right.
I cannot believe maybe he didn't want to be credited.
That's unusual, though.
That would be unusual, but I don't know. Maybe he was trying to work on another deal with another. And they said, well, if you're in this show, you can't be in ours. I don't know.
All right. I sent the screenshot to Che in the Hangouts. So let me see. I'm gonna keep playing. Maybe
Che's gonna. I'm pretty sure Che can share it real quick.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna play it just a little bit more to see if the credit popped up. It bugs me that he's not credited, even though this is his scene. All right, Amazon. We're gonna hit play, and it still says cast 9. It's the same 9 people: Sarah Alexander, Joe Joyner, Nicholas Burns, John Hannah, Mina Anwar, Laura June Hudson, Alan Breck, Miranda Hennessy, and Abby Murphy.
Is this creepy? Is this so? If you're watching right now, you're seeing this. I mean, he is
very nice.
Very nice.
Quite nice. I
don't want to take him home or anything, but he is fine. Anybody who actually knows who this is?
Yeah. Who is he?
An actor? Has he been on anything else? Somebody just tell us.
Yeah.
who this guy is. He's great.
Yeah, he's very nice looking. Was Che able to share it?
Oh yeah, he's sharing it.
He's
He's
sharing
sharing it on the line.
Oh, where is it? Is it on the Twitch feed?
It should be on Twitch right now.
Let me go look. Hold on, I'm so confused. I've got so much
Yes,
stuff going on.
it is on Twitch right now.
Oh, I see it. Yes, he is quite handsome.
What happened? You fainted.
Oh, no. Yes. And she's all like, "Ooh, who are you?" Che in the chat is saying, "Who's handsome, Linda? Who?"
Well, I wish I knew.
He is. Yeah. I can't believe he's not credited.
Do you see my confusion? He looks. I mean, I have a hard time telling the difference sometimes. He could be Native American. He could be.
He's probably not Native American in England. Probably not. I know it happens. Che said he has some Native American ancestry. But he's probably either Indian or Pakistani.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Pakistani and Indian, from what I understand, are the same ethnic makeup. It's just they have two different religions or different religions.
Super hope that this guy got some other roles.
I hope so. I mean, why isn't he credited? He needs to be credited.
He must have had reasons for being uncredited.
I would hope. It's just so odd. I would be so annoyed if I were him and I weren't credited.
He's got the little NHS badge, so it looks realistic.
Yeah.
Like I know anything about the NHS, right?
I don't know anything about it. All right, I'm just gonna Google Marley's ghost ambulance
worker. I don't know.
Let's see. Oh, they have a Wikipedia page. It might
This is
happen.
turning into an obsession. Is this bad?
It can be unhealthy if it lasts too much longer. But I found a Wikipedia page, and Wikipedia knows everything. So let me see. I'll put this on the Twitch chat too. Let's see. Oh, Wikipedia found. Did he find him? Did Cybernaut find him? Cybernaut found him. He's Bangladesh.
Okay, I apologize if I'm going to screw this name up. Jan Udin.
Oh, okay.
He is an actor. He's an English actor of Bangladeshi descent.
Yeah, and I didn't think about that. Bangladeshi. Okay.
He is best known for his lead roles in independent films Cliffs of Freedom in 2019 and the British thriller Lies We Tell.
Thank you, Sai. How did you
Thank
do
you,
that?
Cybernaut. That is, the man is on it. The man is on it.
2015, Marley's goes paramedic. And he's still working. In 2019, he did that Cliffs of Freedom thing, shot in New Mexico. So he lives in Los Angeles, which is awesome. He's over here. So there is hope for us. There's a chance.
So he was also he was in 6 episodes of EastEnders.
Aw, maybe with Joe Joyner. Aw.
I'm actually looking forward to looking at Lies We Tell.
Oh, and
I wonder if that's on Amazon.
I don't know. He was in Boogie Woogie. Does it say where?
Well, I know he wasn't in Boogie Nights.
No, it says Boogie Woogie. So
do you remember Boogie Nights?
I do. And Wahlburger and his big Wahlburger.
Oh my goodness, Lies We Tell. It's on Prime Video.
What's it about?
Prime membership.
We got Prime membership.
When his billionaire boss Demi dies, chauffeur Donald is given that one final job to wipe out any evidence of Demi's relationship with his mistress, the enigmatic and beautiful Amber. Her dark past pulls him into a life and death showdown with her notorious gangster cousin / ex-husband. It's
got a lot of good people. Oh, it's got Gabriel Byrne, famous Irish actor. Mark Addy, who played King Bathory. God help me, I can't remember. Bathory in Game of Thrones. It has Gina McKee, who is an actress who is in London Killing, which I was going to talk about, but I may be too little off right now to talk about it. Harvey Keitel is in it. A lot of people in this movie. We're going to have to watch this. Or we don't have to talk about it because it's not British, I don't think. Is it British? What is it?
I'm not sure. It doesn't really say where it's like based.
Yeah. Let's see if it says filming locations. Oh, it is UK. We could talk about this. It's UK.
Ooh, okay, we can make that the next one.
Filming
Look
location.
at that.
West
My irrational obsession with a beautiful human being.
We get to see him some more. Thank you, sir.
Poor Chase just in there steaming.
It's okay. It's just a harmless internet obsession. I'm on the exact opposite coast from where he lives, so there's no danger. Thank you, Sai. You set us on a trajectory now.
Well, again, you know, I'm not going to show up at his house or anything. That'd be,
really weird, considering we just,
But it's really cool to find these actors that are totally uncredited and go and find other work by them that we might like.
With people we already know, lots of good actors, filmed in the UK. So
now we need to make sure that the the wonderful producer already starts the notes for the show after next.
Yeah, so we don't forget. We don't want to forget. And I need to put it on my watch list. Is it Lies We Tell?
Lies We Tell. Do I need his address? Cybernaut, no, I don't need his address.
No, it's okay. We don't want to be weird. We're already weird enough. All right, so I'm going to put it on my watch list.
Yes, I put it on my watch list. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Now, even if we don't like the movie, we can just pause on his scenes and it'll be okay.
Be fine.
We'll be happy.
Screenshot, run down to FedEx, print out a poster.
Big 20 by 20 poster, put it all
on the wall, right in back of my computer.
On the back of your bed. So you can look up and be like,
put it on the ceiling. Linda, who's that? You don't need to know.
He's not from around here.
Not from around here.
Woo! He's here to save me in case I choke on a chicken bone or get run over. That's why he's here. He's a paramedic. It's a health thing.
I can't wait for you to watch the rest of Marley.
I know. I'm excited. It's such a good show.
The next one you watch is going to be really great.
Good. One of the things that's fun to me is watching the actors, because they're all there, but they have to pretend like they don't see each other. And it must be so hard to be talking to a person when you have John Hannah all around you being John Hannah and being like, oh, I'm manic. That's got to be hard.
Yep. And I can't remember. I think it was episode 3 where all they're both the husband, both Andy and Michael.
Yeah.
Screaming in the face of this woman. Okay, you can see their breath moving her hair.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Okay.
I noticed it that her hair is twitching with the force of their breath, yelling in her face, and she did not even twitch.
And that's a testament
to I was like, if I could do that, I would be a millionaire.
Right. And it kind of reminds me of what they would probably do in an actor's class. Pretend like this person isn't there and they're screaming all around. You have to be absolutely stony silent.
Yes.
it's so good. I mean, it shows how good of actors they are that they can do that. That must not have been easy.
And then you have to wonder about some of the cornier movies we've watched. You know,
Oh
Ghost.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Now I keep thinking about ways to improve Ghost.
Well, that was pretty good. I liked that, and
It
I
wasn't
liked
bad at all. There were just parts of it that were.
just you mean like the effects?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
kind of silly.
I think they could have done some of the effects much better. I mean, this time it was supposed to be corny.
Yeah,
So the effects of them disappearing in a puff of smoke
like
was,
little purple bits around them and stuff. Yeah,
yes. Yeah, that
it was silly, but
it was silly, but it worked.
it worked for the show because it's not really focusing on the supernatural. I wouldn't call it a supernatural show. I mean, it's
No,
not
it was
really
totally
not
comedy.
focusing on that. Yeah, it's just the whole point is they're ghosts. That's
Yeah.
why most of the time you just see the actor. It's not like they're trying to make them look like ghosts the whole time. Woo, it's spooky. You just see the actor most of the time. The point isn't really that they're ghosts. It's just that she's trying to ignore them while having a real life.
Which is at times impossible. And I mean, the people around poor Marley
Oh,
think
poor
she's
Marley.
lost it.
They all do. All the neighbors just stare at her, and she's saying they're just talking to herself.
And then she even goes to a new community to try again.
I know, poor girl. She moves houses, and it's still the same stuff.
Because
They're talking about her behind her back.
Yeah,
They're jerks. They're total jerks. We don't want her around. But mainly it's because she's a magistrate. It has nothing to do really with her, seeming to talk to herself. It's because she represents the law, and that's why they don't want her around.
that's true. I mean, there's one group that is younger than her.
Yeah.
They don't want her around because she's, a little too old for them, which is fine. But even the older women don't want her around because she's a justice.
Right. And they know they're going to do stuff that's not legal.
Yeah. I thought the older black woman put it like absolutely perfectly. Well, I could be naughty too. Well, look what happened to my niece.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she sounds like a person I could get along with. You put her in jail for 3 months.
Yeah. Ooh. And that is rough because, you're dealing with real people who've had, family members go to jail, and
Oh yeah.
Marley's the one who put them there. And she wants to
Oh.
blend in. She wants to be a pillar of the community, but she's also got to think that there are a lot of people who don't like her because they think she put someone away. And unfortunately, that's going to happen.
But you really kind of got to think about it. Do judges actually go through that in small communities? Where do they make friends? In the next community over?
I don't know. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't have close friendships. Their spouse and children, maybe. Maybe that's it. It's sad. It is sad. It is sad. I mean, because, you try to be friendly with someone and then they're in court for, I don't know, parking tickets or something.
Oh, jeez.
That reminds me, it was hilarious.
Can you imagine having to look at your spouse or you're a judge? You look at your spouse just going, no, you have to pay the freaking ticket.
Pay the ticket. Use your fund, not mine. When, honestly, Adam probably should have been arrested for drunken intoxication, but because he was her husband, he wasn't.
It was really pushing reality at that point. When he came in drunk into the courtroom, they were really pushing reality. That would not happen here.
No, he should have been carried out by a guard the second that happened. Yeah, in real life, I think that would have happened, but we wouldn't have the comedy. We wouldn't have the show.
Yeah, exactly. I was sitting there going, why?
But at the same time, it's a small town. And who knows what happens in these small villages? Maybe they do let that go on. I don't know.
Our producer's being nice and sharing his beer with me.
That's very nice. Thank you, producer. You know what other part made me laugh? Remember the fake psychic who was all pretentious and acted like that made me laugh. She was body shaming the ghost she supposedly saw. And then it made me laugh when Marley left and the fake psychic sat down where the ghost was supposed to be. And the other three ghosts were like, she just sat on whatever her name was. She just sat where her supposed fake ghost was. That made me laugh.
Oh. Yeah, that woman was like, she was so blatantly fake because we knew the ghosts were there.
For real, yeah.
But she was obviously taking advantage of the situation.
She was obviously pretending like she was able to communicate with the dead and making up a ghost that she decided to body shame when the ghost wasn't even real.
Yeah.
It's like she was obviously a fake and a con artist, and I'm glad she ended up in her courtroom.
Yes.
And that's
Very
when,
glad, yes.
Yeah, I was like, you go, Marley. You tell her what's what. You're the justice. You're the magistrate. You put her in her place.
And you have to pay that.
Oh, and her little line about
not your little guy. If your little friend can't pay it, you have to pay it.
You have to pay it too. Yeah, because the con artist had been so obnoxious about we each have to have payment, me and my ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
When she turned it around, Marley turned it around on her. I loved that.
Why would a ghost need payment?
Ghost doesn't have a bank account. Ghost doesn't.
A ghost doesn't necessarily have rights to property unless you actually live in a society where a ghost has legal presence. Now, there have been a few sci-fi books, which were so well constructed. It did convince me that the ghosts in those books
had ownership,
had legal presence.
Mm-hmm.
They could be married.
Yeah.
They could own property.
Mm-hmm.
They could be divorced. It was all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that was fictional books.
Well, and that would have to really be laid out. You'd really have to prove this entity exists. And obviously this lady was a con artist.
Yeah. I very severely doubt anybody in it was Japan. I very severely doubt people actually in Japan like give ghosts legal presence.
I would hope not. That would just be a can of worms.
I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
I mean, it's like in this case with Marley's ghost. Her husband is dead. She's a widow. He has no right to tell her who she can date or not. He has no claim on her. Not he had a claim before, but there's no legal attachment between him and her now because he's dead.
Yes, here, yeah, like in Europe and in America, there is no. You die, and
it's done.
That's it. The living person is free to go and get remarried and do whatever.
No questions. You don't have to prove anything. It's not like you have to prove cheating or something. No, it's done. You're a widow.
How horrible would it be? How horrible would it be to have somebody following you around, though?
It would be awful. I would hate it. I would be like, get away from me. I need to move on. You are freaking me out. Especially,
that'd be confusing for me because I like the company.
Mm-hmm.
But the constant whining about not being able to drink beer would get to me.
And Shay would always want half your beer and he can't drink it. That would be a waste.
There we go.
And he could walk 50 miles without breaking a sweat or getting tired because he's a ghost.
Oh.
And he would be taunting you because after 9 miles, you're like, oh, I want to go home. And he'd be like, I feel fine. Look at me. I'm
ghost beer. What would ghost beer taste like?
I would imagine the IPAs wouldn't be too strong. because you're a ghost.
Okay,
You
what
wouldn't
if-
really taste them?
What if hops is the only thing you can taste as a
Oh, that would be
ghost?
horrible. I'd be like, oh, I don't want this hot bomb in
There's
my
only
mouth.
one style of beer you can drink as a ghost, and it's IPA.
I'd be drinking more wine. I'd be like, God, that sucks so badly.
You can only get a drink after it's gone. So I'm
Aw.
not.
Oh, that sounds sad. I'm going to the chat. Oh, that's so sad. He can have like the last little bit. That's all I can have. Poor Che.
But guess what?
What?
They could drink spirits.
They could. They can drink all kinds of spirits. They could have vodka. They could have gin. They could have whatever they want in the spirits department. So that's good. Mm-hmm.
I love the punnies. I love the punnies because they're.
I love puns.
Oh, it's
It's
great.
great. They could have tons of spirits. But no beer. Wah,
But no
wah.
beer.
Wah,
Wah,
wah.
wah.
I think about that sometimes. Like, how much would it suck? I mean, you can't play video games because you can't do the controller. You can't change the channel. That's one of the things in Marley's Ghost at the beginning. The vicar wants to come home with her because she's got the big telly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And they're watching a game show, and Marley wants to switch the channel, and they're like, but it's quiz night. We're watching quiz night.
Yeah.
I think about that. I'm like, how much would it suck not to be able to change the channel? I'd be sitting there concentrating on the remote control.
If you can walk through walls, there must be some way you could affect. I don't know. I mean, come on.
Well, I know you don't
If
believe
ghosts
in
are
stuff.
real, maybe some things ghosts could do would be real.
People believe that they can. I know. I mean, it's obviously controversial, but
yeah, it is.
People believe they can. It just takes a lot of energy. There needs to be energy in the environment already to help fuel them. That's what people believe.
I can't really believe it, but I can wish.
I've never experienced a ghost, but I've had dreams about my parents that were real. I swear to God, they were real.
Now I have in moments like had like smells that reminded me of other people.
Yeah.
But then again, I have smells that remind me of food that's not around too. Like if I stay up too late, sometimes I will smell pizza.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no pizza.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean there's a ghost of a pizza hanging around.
Doesn't mean that, yeah.
It means my brain really wants pizza. So it's entirely possible my brain just, in the back of my mind, something reminds me about my dad or reminds me about somebody else. And I smell that particular, like, I'll smell VO5. And all of a sudden it'll be like, whoa, like, is my dad, like, hanging around my shoulder?
And it could be a sensory hallucination. We don't know.
Easily could be.
We don't know. And anyone who says is wrong.
I guess everybody has to decide for themselves. I don't actually believe in ghosts, but it is so wonderful to like make stories about them and put them on TV. And this show is definitely well worth watching. I would go so far as to say that later on, if I have the money, I would probably buy it so that I have it in my library permanently.
What a great idea. It is that good.
Later on, when I have the money, yeah, I think I'd buy it because it was that funny. It was that feel good. It was, yeah.
She is a very talented comedic actress, Sarah Alexander, the main character actress, Marley. And I would suggest that you watch the first episode of Coupling as soon as you can, because it's one of my favorite shows. It's that funny. Now, I'm not saying it's dated well, because one of the male characters videotapes his conquest. But even then, I mean, everyone else is like, "You did what?" They're like, "That's so wrong." But yeah, that would not be in a show today. The show is 19 years old. It's from 2000. That's when it started.
Yeah, it's from 2001. Yeah. Oh, there are 4 seasons of it. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was very good. So yeah, Patrick is the one who videotapes his conquest.
Oh.
And of course, that's very cringeworthy right now. But he is a dick, and everyone admits he's a dick. Mm.
Well, I watched Friends too.
Yeah, people compared it to Friends. They don't seem the same at all to me. Yeah, but I watched Friends. Yeah, but
I rewatched it about 6 months ago.
Oh, good. Okay.
You know, so I can't say that it had the same impact the first time I watched it.
Well, we're not in our 20s.
Yeah,
of course
exactly.
It does.
But it was worth watching again. So
I
will definitely take your recommendation. I will definitely watch at least the first episode of Coupling.
It's so funny. It's one of my favorite shows. It's just hilarious, and all the actors have gone on to do other stuff. You'll probably recognize at least a few of the actors from other things.
Well, it is 4, 6, 1846. It's 6:46 here.
It's 9:46 here.
Oh my goodness!
I know it's close to bedtime for me.
Oh,
Haven't eaten dinner yet.
Please tell us, where in the world can people find your lovely self?
Thank you. You can finally find me mostly on Twitter at Lola Laracy, LOLALARISCY. I should keep up my Facebook, but I haven't. I should keep up my website, but I haven't. I will eventually, I hope, because I spend money on it every year. I'm on MeWe also, but I mainly talk on the Scannerdrome chat on MeWe. So yeah, I'm around. And where can we find you?
You can find me where you look for Linda Tepler. That's Linda, and my last name is Teppler. I have several books out under both Linda Tepler and Sorceress Zero. But from here on, it will be under Linda Tepler. Hunchback is my latest book. It's a steampunk fantasy fiction. Oh my goodness. There's the beer.
Yeah, I know. I'm having trouble too.
It's a steampunk fantasy fiction about a lovely little guy who has to imagine this, save his world from his evil masters.
And he does it all with the help of a few friends.
That's right. Now, if you take a look at my Twitter, my active Twitter right now is still Sorceress Zero. That's SZERORCERES is 0. You can also find me on Linda Tepler at Linda Tepler, on L Tepler on Twitter, and of course I'm also on Discord. I'm on Facebook as Sorceress Zero. I'm on Twitch.
I'm on Twitch too.
Yeah. You can
Too many things
find us on Twitch.
I can't keep up.
And of course, lindatepler.com and beeryge.com. So if you have a request or a comment or anything that you would like to talk to us about, we would really love to hear from you, especially about the beer that you're drinking, the beer that you like, the beer that you don't like, because we hope that you have a really great beer, and we hope that you have a really great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.